Hello and welcome to another episode of Don't Tell My Wife podcast. Here with one of your hosts, Junior.
And it's Ken.
And we got a very, very special guest.
I'm excited, man.
No, I'm excited still. This is what as I said, you said it for Teniola, boy. Shoot your shot, man.
Come on, man.
All right, after church rap.
See, I didn't have faith. In fact, we'll tell you the story when we introduce you. I had no faith.
but yeah,
man.
Special guest, man.
Come
so
on,
please
man.
introduce yourself,
Introduce yourself,
bro.
bro.
I am Faith Child. It's
Come
a
on.
joy and pleasure being here with the man them today, man.
Come on, thank you for coming, man. Thank you, I appreciate it. But yeah, let me tell you what happened, yeah. So obviously, when we met at church,
Yeah.
Joe was like, oh, Faith Child, let's shout him. I was like, he don't want to come on, man. Like, he won't come, he's calm. Don't worry, we'll DM him. And then Joe was like, nah, let's shout him. So I was like, you know what, cool, let's do it. And then we shouted it, you was like, yeah, cool. And I was like, rah. Like, that was actually smoother than I thought, bro. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming.
No,
bro.
thank you.
Obviously, a
very much.
pleasure. Whenever I see anyone doing something, they don't even have to be doing it well. If I can just be a part of what someone's doing, I always try to get involved. And even if sometimes people hit me up, oh, can you jump on my platform? And I feel like I'm not really on it. I might even just pay for studio time for the next 10 sessions or something random just to support people kind of thing.
You know, if you feel like blessing us.
I don't mind. I don't mind. I'll pay for the next 3 or 5 sessions.
yeah,
man. I'll do that for you, man.
No, but thank you very much for being
appreciate
here.
it, man.
Obviously, what do we normally start with? How was your week?
My week was calm. Obviously started a new job, so that's been alright. They've been working me though. It's been tough, man.
Oh, of course.
Because my last role was kind of chilled, yeah. And then this job, every day, email. I'm thinking, like, because it's fully remote as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just have to go to the different sites and stuff. And they'd be like, can you go ahead today? Can you go ahead this day? I'm like, bro.
How's it fully remote if you still got to travel to
Because
sites?
it's like build to rent. So we're managing assets for a client. So we need to go there and go to the site for when the property is finished developed. Or when the developers finish building the property, we have to go there and like do a handover and stuff. Like that. So
But that's what it
how
is
we go
though.
to
When
sites.
going out your comfort zone,
yeah,
you have to get
it's
pushed
long,
sometimes,
man.
innit?
It's long, but it is what it is. But apart from that, yeah, my week's been good, man. What about you?
My week's been same as always. Been good. Obviously, Mali has what does he have? He just has a cold in it. So I think it's his first ever cold. And then they said his eyes started doing one thing where there's mucus in his eyes. So apparently he's got like a viral infection from a cold, a change of weather. So it's just been managing that. But he's all right though. He's a trooper. So, but yeah, other than that, same as always, man. What about you, bro?
Yeah, what about you?
Do you know what's so funny? I never know what I've done. So I have to always look at my dad to see what did I do this week?
Yeah.
Because my week's always crazy.
Yeah.
So you know what? It's been a funeral, service of songs on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, phone calls, so Nigeria. Then yesterday, meetings, then phone calls with Czech Republic. And then basically I'm basically always in Europe. So I'm putting together a new media team because my photographer lives in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
So I fly him in and he travels with me kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
So now, he lives in Czech. I got a new guy in Slovakia, that's it.
Oh,
wait, and no one in London? It's like
Do you know
accessible.
do you know what it is, yeah? There are guys in London, but I met him at a festival in Czech Republic.
And he done really well.
And like the thing is, because I run around the stage a lot, it's hard to photograph me.
Yeah.
So when you find someone that actually can, you keep them in.
You have to.
Yeah. So we just add him to like the budget. So we need an extra flight. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And then we fly him in. If I need him for something, I just
Personal
pay him in.
photographer is crazy though. I can't lie. It'd be lit. You know when the footballers do that video.
Yeah.
Benzema.
I need one of those
Like
one of these
Benzema.
days.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the more money is for convenience kind of thing to free up your time to do more things.
Yeah.
So if you know that I can pay an extra 50 quid and I know I'm not going to have to worry about anything, and it's always worth doing it. You know, you can either go to, I don't know, a random studio, or you could come here, pay a bit more, but know you're getting more for your money kind of thing. Or knowing that you'd have to have done more work, you have spent less.
Yeah.
So that's how I like to do my thing.
Hear that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not sure if you've seen our previous episodes, but what we do, there's a little segment we do. What did our wives do this week?
Yeah.
So it could be good, it could be bad. We'll ask you first because you're the guest.
Yeah.
So what did your wife do this week?
So wifey has been away for 8 days. She just travels now. Wifey just travels. That's
living
what
her
her
best
life
life.
now.
That's
Yeah. So
Love that.
she got back on Tuesday,
Mhm.
and then Wednesday she was tired. Then yesterday, Thursday, yeah, wifey, she just bought me bare things. So for example,
I hope our old house are listening.
so basically, I haven't bought trainers for like 3 years.
Mhm.
She
Wait,
buys,
3
yeah,
years?
she buys
All
every
your training.
literally all my trainers for the last 3 years have been her.
Wow.
So she buys trainers all the time,
So why are you
kind
listening?
of thing.
Mm.
And then also, I like working at home. So
Mhm.
she bought me this kind of interesting. It's like a box,
Mhm.
but you pull out the pegs, and you work out. So basically, yellow is like regular press ups.
Oh, I think I know. what
And
that
then
is.
the
Yeah,
black
yeah,
one's
yeah.
at the triangle. Yeah. So
Yeah,
she bought me
yeah.
that. And she also like bought me like a back brace for when I'm like working on my laptop. So she just bought me bare
Hey, that's nice.
nice things, man.
Is gifts given her language, love language, or your love language? What
So-
you say is?
I think it's a combination of both.
Mhm.
I never knew, although I had done like the love language test,
Mhm.
I never knew how much I would appreciate gifts. But I think it's because it's thoughtful gifts. It's not just like, let me buy him
It's anything.
whatever kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I know you got a show coming up. Here's a new outfit. Or I know you're not working out. Here's this thing to help you with that.
Mhm.
So wifey is very thoughtful. So I guess it has become it is one of my love languages. And the thing is, your love languages always change depending on where you are in life.
Yeah.
So if let's say, for example, you're starting a new business now, words of affirmation go a very long way.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wifey saying, baby, you got this. You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I've got
yeah,
this,
yeah.
haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like it always changes depending
Mhm.
on the season of life
Mhm.
that you're in.
Yeah.
I think I hear that because I've noticed mine change because mine like a couple years ago wasn't the same as it is now. So
Yeah.
that's interesting you say that.
Yeah,
hear that.
yeah. What did your wifeys do this week?
Oh, you got even me. I'm still trying to think.
what? Yeah. She done something yesterday, but I was like, let me show her grace, innit? Because if it was me, I'd expect grace, innit?
Yeah.
Because cool. So she went out with my little one, and she came back, and then was gonna go again like a couple hours later. Again, all through the house, looking for the house key, Where's the house key? And bear in mind, the house key has my car key on it. So it's like, if anyone takes the house key, they've got my car, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Looking around, couldn't find it. I was like, bro, where is it? So we're about to go to the car, see if she like left it by the car, left it on the floor in our car park. They would just hear knock, dum dum dum, on the door, your key. I just looked at her.
Wait,
I
where
said-
was the key? Though?
on the bro? You know when you open the door,
Oh,
Yeah.
so
she left
inside-
it. Yeah, she
inside
left it on the
the-
she left it on the latch. Bro, I looked at her. Yeah, I was like, I was gonna go on. One. Then I was like, you know what? If it was me, I expect the same grace, isn't it? So I kept quiet. I said, don't worry, you're forgiven. But that's what she did this week.
Oh, okay.
And imagine I bought my own FIFA, bro.
Oh, yeah. What? She didn't buy it for you in the
I bought
end?
my own FIFA, man.
Did
Play
you-
FIFA,
did-
you're a gamer.
I don't play no video games.
Ah.
I don't play no video games. I don't watch football. I'm like the ideal husband kind of thing. Like, I don't do any of
Not
that.
even
But you
football.
know what? I kind of want to get into it. I'm a nominal Chelsea supporter. I used to be Man United, but you know, being Nigerian, you can't get the Red Devil. You can't get the key in it. So blue's my favorite color. So cool blues. So I went to Chelsea.
Cool, please.
Yeah. The last player I know is it Zola. That's the last player.
So much, bro. Is he not a manager now? I
That's
think
the
he's a
last-
manager.
Yeah, but was he not from the
Zola.
90s?
Yeah.
Bro,
He's
men out where we were
Zola's the
born,
last
bro.
player for Chelsea
Ah,
that I
yeah,
know
don't
of.
agree
Right?
with-
Do you like any sports or?
Well,
have like a
I
preference?
do like football. You know, I like I like playing basketball.
Yeah,
I'm kind of
yeah.
good at it.
Yeah.
You might go to like an arcade and you're smashing that
Yeah.
basketball team.
Yeah.
Like you might go to like a random gym or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
our church is in a school. So there's like
Mhm.
Yeah.
playgrounds, there's shooting hoops.
Yeah, we used to do
Yeah,
basketball
summer,
during COVID.
Yeah.
Like
What's wrong?
all of us would just go out and just randomly play basketball. We weren't that good,
Yeah.
but it's
Ah,
good fun
speak for
though.
yourself, bro.
Well,
No,
wait,
no.
I was alright, fam.
Not gonna like, if anything, I was definitely better than you. though.
You're taller than me.
I'm taller than you.
Were you man sanitizing the ball each time you touched it, or you just playing
Nah,
raw?
we were
was
just
just playing,
playing.
bro.
You man are
What's
risking
risking
it.
our lives? With about 1 hour.
Well, excuse to see the man, then, man.
Yeah,
Why not,
no,
man?
it was
Bro, we
good.
were locked in our houses, man.
Yeah.
But what did your wife do this week?
Obviously, come to think about it, okay, so basically with my wife, there's always a thing where she forgets to lock my car. And then she'll just go in the house and after like maybe like 20 minutes, I'll get a notification on my phone saying, your car's unlocked. So obviously, I think she went out the other day, came back into the house, sat down, and obviously after like 5 minutes, I said, have you locked my car? And she said, yes. I said, are you sure you've locked my car? I said, yes. I said, go and check it. When she was unlocked, she came back and just said, sorry. And I was like, the thing is, as you said, give grace, innit?
Mhm.
when does Grace? You know what? I already know the answer, but keep giving Grace is getting too jarring with this. Because the thing is, it's like if someone comes and steals my car now, what are we gonna do?
They'll just say sorry.
All they're gonna do is say
Because
sorry.
if someone took my key, gone to my car, all she can say is,
So
babe, I'm
sorry.
sorry. You can get another one, insurance.
Bro, so obviously that's still a battle we're facing.
But you know what? When they forget things like that, I just put it down to like their mums, innit? So
Yeah,
and
no,
they have babies.
sometimes I remember that.
So they're gonna be forgetful. Like they've got so many things going on through their minds.
I know,
innit?
but I don't know if you can be forgetful for stuff like this though.
And she's a new mum, like so.
Bro,
she
No,
bro.
I understand it.
Mum
Innit?
brain, innit, is a thing, man.
No, it definitely is a thing, but it's just, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If the car goes, we're finished.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But obviously I forgave her and we move in it. But yeah, that's basically what she did this week. So
I heard that. Do you have any
Pretty
quick
standard.
baby developments before we move on?
any baby developments? No, nothing. He just has a cold. That's it, really.
How young is your little one?
4 months.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I
4
feel
months.
like the kids, younger ones of this generation, their immune system is probably like significantly weaker than ours.
Yeah.
Because when we were younger, we were
Crazy.
eating gravel. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Now, like we're sanitizing these kids' hands all the time. They ain't
Yeah.
getting no germs. So we were ingesting germs casually.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Eating
We
glue,
were-
eating
yeah, all
everything
sorts.
in school.
Yeah, and we were strong, you know.
Yeah.
But now I feel like because we're more conscious, which I guess is a
Yeah.
good thing,
Mm-hmm.
but that does have an effect, I believe, on your
No,
immune
it
system.
probably is true because
Because
even
they're wrapped in cotton wool now, man.
yeah, because even when we were younger, our parents would just take us anywhere, give us to anyone, and whatever.
Yeah.
But now it's like if people
Wow.
came to my house when Malachi was born, they'd have to sanitize their hands before they pick him up, innit?
Oh.
So
Yeah.
it's
Where's
just
that-
one of those ones.
Where's Zephyr's first border where we go to church? Nobody, don't carry him. That's actually funny because I can't lie. Is it that deep though? Why do we do that as parents? Like,
You know, I think it's fair to do.
yeah.
I think it's fair to do because certain men are dirty, bruv.
Yeah.
You realize, man ain't boss, it's Tuesday, you know. You're thinking, how are you spending pungent in the winter?
Hey,
Do
don't
you know what I mean? You're spending pungent.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't kill me.
But I do think it is like newborns definitely got to wash your hands in it. I
Yeah.
feel like, you know,
Yeah.
when they're like, I don't know, like 1, 2, like you could be a bit lenient, but
Yeah.
some parents, and I guess that's your child, then do your thing. But
Mhm.
I feel like, yeah, we definitely were more, parents are more lenient with how we were handled when we were younger.
Yeah, 100%.
And maybe they didn't know better, maybe. I don't know.
I
Maybe
think
things
they
weren't
just
as
didn't know
serious.
better.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I hear
that's
that.
fair.
I hear that.
But yeah, so when we have guests normally come on, obviously, you've been married. How long have you been married for? You got married in 2022, right?
Yeah,
A
so
year
we're just
now.
a year and 2 months now.
A year and 2
Wow.
months, and
Yeah.
you got engaged in 2020.
Yes.
So when I was doing my research,
Yeah.
I think you got engaged like maybe like two. You got engaged. It was October or November. It was
October, yeah.
October.
10/10/2020.
Okay,
That's
fair.
my missus' birthday.
Hey, come on.
10/10.
Hot out,
No, I
wifey.
even have 10 tattoo, you know.
Yeah, come on.
But, okay, so 10th of October 2020.
Yeah.
So I got engaged on the 15th of December 2020,
Sick.
and then I got married on the 15th of April 2022.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay,
it's kind of
yeah.
Very
Similar
similar. So
timeline,
we're kind of
yeah,
basically
yeah.
like a similar situation.
Yeah.
So obviously
Can't
before
lie, you guys are good with dates though.
Nah,
Because I was
I'm-
thinking, wait, what day did I get engaged? Like, bro, I can't lie, I'm
it was
terrible
4th
with
of
dates.
December.
4th of December,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Then we
my
Hey,
got
come on.
It was my brother's
See,
birthday.
no,
that's
he's
why.
he's sick of date, and then we got married
Jeez.
on what was it, 3rd of February?
Yeah, third.
Was it 3rd
Zeph
of
was
February?
born on the 2nd of March.
Yeah, you're good
Yeah.
to dates as well, then, brother. You go
Because
good.
I had to think, bro. When you guys are talking, I was just thinking.
off dates. so
Because
just thinking.
I remember there was one day in church. Sorry, I got on tangent.
Nah, do your thing, man.
There was one day in church, yeah, it was our anniversary. And obviously I done Tessa with it. I was like, yeah, I just want to thank God for our anniversary. And then we got married on, I was like, wait.
in front of everyone.
I was like, wait. And then Nelson was in my ear like, the third. I was like, the third of this month. And then all the uncles were just laughing because they understand, bro.
Yeah.
Like us men, we don't know. We don't do dates like
The
that.
best way to the best way to remember your anniversary is to forget it once. Once you forget it and wifey rolls off,
Oh,
on you,
yeah.
Yeah.
you're not gonna
You
get
remember?
tatted.
Yeah.
Hey, don't kill
No,
me.
that's great. So obviously, you guys got engaged 10th of October.
Yeah.
How long have you been together? How long was you together before that? And how did you guys meet?
So we would have been together, I think, 3 years at that time. We got married after 5. But we would have got married earlier if not because of lockdown. So our wedding planner was like, COVID is spiking. Do you want to move your wedding? We got married abroad in Greece. So our wedding planner was like, COVID is spiking here. Do you want to kind of move it? We're like, you know what? We're not in a rush. I'd rather move it now than wait and then now last minute we got to cancel it. So so by the time we got married, we were 5 years.
Okay, 5 years.
So how did you guys meet? What's the story?
So back in the day, like 09, 08, there were like Christian events every weekend. Like 3-4 every weekend.
There was a movement at that time.
There
was a movement.
Yeah. So my wife is good friends with Vic Tizzle. Vic Tizzle is my producer and artist.
Yeah.
So he was my producer at the time. He's still my engineer now, actually. But so we're in a studio session and they're best friends. And she had rang him upset about something, and I could hear him like comforting her. So I just DM'd her saying, "Smile," and she was like,
"Wait,
oh,
you didn't know her at the time?"
No, we knew of each other, but we weren't really talking, kind of thing.
That one could have gone left though.
She's like, "What do you mean, smile?"
Yeah. So at the end of saying smile, she's like, "Oh, LOL, like, did you hear?" I said, I don't know what was said, but I just know I don't know what you said, but I just know he was encouraging you. So I think that was like one of our first interactions, kind of thing.
At the time, did you kind of have like your eye on her?
You know what? I don't think I did. I'm friendly like that. I'm sometimes friendly to like my own fault, where you might think, oh, he's feeling you, but he's not, kind of thing.
I heard that.
So I've learned that along the way that you can't smack every woman's bum as a joke. I'm playing. I know that. I'm playing. That's never happened. But I've learned that. You know what I mean? Like, and again, sometimes girls like you, innit?
Yeah.
So when you not say, "Are you saying you're right?" Oh, he moved him. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay. It's happened to me before. I was like, call her then. Call her. Called her. All right. I was moved to, no, I didn't mean it like that. There we go. Yeah. Bro, in this hasn't happened in like 3-4 years, but if any of my name gets in the mix, we're getting on the phone.
Yeah.
Can you clarify what happened? Are you sure that's what happened? Okay. No, I didn't mean it like that. There we go. Because people,
I need to start doing that, man.
Bro, people want to be like relevant, innit? Or just like trying to gas things up a bit. Oh, you don't know who's... You know, we should talk. We should talk, you know?
Yeah.
No. We talked. We had a conversation.
Bro,
yeah.
We don't
about
say...
lips or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
So yeah, that's how we kind of met. And then one day, her friend Brini Lee had added her on one of my Instagram pictures. And then
added her.
Yeah, she added my picture, eyes emoji. The wife replied, eyes emoji. I'm like, what's going on here?
In my comments.
So like, they're trying to like, do the layup.
Yeah.
And then I think like we then tried to link up because like 4 of us, and me, her, another brethren, never happened. But it happened like eventually down the line. But that's more or less how we knew from the Christian community.
Okay, fair.
That's sick. So when did you start to think, you know what, this could be something? Like, what was that stage in your life like?
So I believed what happened. Okay, it was because wifey's a great woman, and she's not a yes man, and she doesn't let me be comfortable as I am. I feel like most girls, because of what I do and like my status and whatever, will just comfortable sitting in the back and just let me do my thing.
Yeah.
But wife would be like, you can improve hair, you can do better hair. Don't do that. Change that. And I was like, I love someone that can challenge me.
But sometimes,
you know what I
because
mean?
I'm the same with you, where it's like, I wanted to, because my wife, she's very opinionated, exactly like that. And she's always telling me about myself. And then before I got with her, I was like, I need a girl like that. And then when now I'm with her, I'm like, maybe I could have had somebody a little more. So it's weird. That's weird, but no, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I feel like she's definitely helped me along the way. And that's something I had never... And sometimes, you know, people say, oh, what are you looking for? Sometimes you don't know what you're looking for until you have it or until you don't have it. It's like, you know what? You know, I do want a woman that can get through to me. I do want a woman that can kind of... Because sometimes you don't realize or know you need someone to pull you up. You don't realize that sometimes. So when I was getting that, I was like, you know what? I like this. This can work. And again, no one is perfect. So for me, my mindset has always been, what are her flaws? And can I deal with her flaws, knowing that marriage might magnify it by 10?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, these are her flaws. Can I deal with that? I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Because everyone has flaws. But it's like, can I deal with the flaws? Can I live with the flaws? And once you kind of have that mindset, you know, then go with it. And this is obviously beyond her being attractive. Like I feel like I don't feel like you have to kind of mention that kind of stuff in my mind.
I don't think
It's almost like a given. Well, it should be a given. But beyond the beauty, beyond the surface, what qualities does that person have? So that's one of the qualities that I really liked about her.
I hear that. And when you guys were together, when you wanted to propose or when you thought of proposing, like, what made you say, you know what, this is going to be my wife? Like, I can see myself with this woman forever. And why did you decide to get married or propose when you did?
Yeah. So I feel one of the points was, me knowing that she can get through to me, we can build together. And I thought, you know what, I feel like we're great as a team. Because we're great as a team, I want this. And I feel sometimes, they say the grass is greener on the other side, but really it's only greener where you water it. You know what I mean? Where you actually take time to invest. And as boyfriend and girlfriend, we still have relationship mentors. So they would pour into us. We'll see them maybe once a month or so. So just doing that journey with her and then with them, it's like, you know what? Okay, this is great. Whenever we had conflict, we'll call them. They'll squash it for us. Yeah. And then in as well as having relationship mentors, we also had relationship therapist. So we also had therapy.
So not counseling.
So not counseling. Therapy.
How effective was the therapy?
Brilliant. So our therapist just so happened to be a Christian. Okay. So she's not a Christian therapist. She just happens to be a Christian. So in therapy, she was like, okay, cool. These are is it learning styles or whatever? It's learning habits or whatever. Did like a test. And I think wife is like INFJ or whatever the words are, which kind of shows how she learns and how she handles conflict.
Yeah.
And same for me, how I learn, how I handle conflict. Once you knew that, I was like, oh snap, okay. Whenever I have an issue with her or whatever, this is how I got to approach her. And it was like scientific, which was brilliant. And it should be a given. We should figure out, like, it's a bit like African parents, innit? You don't ask your parents to go out when the dishes are dirty.
Yeah.
You got to do your chores. Clean the house up, make sure everything's patterned. Then, hey, mum, remember Martin? Do you know what I mean? So it's like the same thing with your spouse to know when to initiate conversation for the conflict. So when we had done all of this stuff and like seeing how, can I say teachable she is? Or how rather she takes on I won't say criticism, takes on the advice and the whatever we're being taught. Yeah, she takes it on. I take it on. Great, just someone that can learn. So when I'd seen all these qualities, it was great. I was actually ready to propose, I think, 2018 or 19. My wifey was like, you know what? She wants to sort some things out in herself first. And I was like, cool. And often it's the other way around. Often it's normally the man saying, no, I want to pattern my thing first. And she was like, you know what? I was like, okay, cool, do your thing.
How did you feel when she said
I was going to say that.
You know what? If I recall, I think I was cool with it. I wasn't in a rush kind of thing. Like it just gave me more time just to get more of my affairs in order kind of thing. Have more money, stack. Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't really an issue per se. And then proposing. So I wanted to get married on 10/10/2020.
Okay.
And when my wife was like, she was going to get married, I thought, flip. I thought, okay, I'll propose then on 10/10/2020. I just love the date. We got, so that was like a special date to us. So so that was kind of why I chose that date.
What was the proposal like?
So
was it like friends and family or
so it was during lockdown. So we could we got married in Hampstead Heath proposed in Hampstead Heath Pergola. It's like a beautiful kind of garden place.
I've seen the videos.
Beautiful place. And we could only have I think 20 or 30 people. So I told all my G's. Perfect. I told my G's, you know what? This proposal is really about my wife as opposed to about me. So I was like, I'm just gonna invite her people, her girls. And all my boys are like, okay, what can I... And this is what I love about real friends, my boys and some of my girls are like, I can't come, but can I maybe drive people there? Can I send cupcakes? I love people that even when they're not involved for one reason, they still want to offer help. So my boys, okay, what can I do? I was like, you know what? I'm all right still. Her sister lives in Switzerland, so she flew in. Did I even buy her flight? I can't remember. Either I bought it or... She said, no, I'll buy it myself. We're already buying a lot of things. But I knew she wanted her family there and her friends. So I made sure I got her sister there, her auntie, her cousins. And then also prior to that, her dad lives in Congo. So I'd hit him up. Well, I'd ask their sister for permission first. I'd invite your sister. Hey, sure thing. Okay, I want to talk to your pops. So she hit up the dad. Her dad was like, well, my brother lives in England. I'm not really
Go
there.
meet him, innit?
But my brother,
Yeah.
he can speak for me. So I went to
Yeah.
her auntie and uncle's house, spoke to him, brought gifts kind of thing.
Yeah,
I feel like I love being Nigerian.
Mm.
I feel like a lot of the qualities you learn as a Nigerian get you very far in life.
No, it does.
Like
it
you
does,
never
yeah.
visit an elder without anything, even as a bottle
Yeah.
of water. Just
Yeah.
go with something.
Yeah.
And that thing, like I guarantee both of you can have a conversation with an auntie easily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very
like,
easy.
and not a lot of people or like, I only speak for Nigerians. Not a lot of non-Nigerians can do that.
Yeah.
Or maybe I could say non-Africans can do that because they might not know how to
Yeah.
navigate the
Yeah,
comment. You
yeah.
know, like, we know just like pidgin English, we just know how to
Yeah.
get an auntie or an uncle sweet.
Mhm.
So yeah, I did all the formalities and then I had taken her to get her nails done in the morning.
Okay.
Then I
She
took-
had no clue.
Well, she kind of had an idea because
Yeah.
she knew the date was special to us.
Yeah.
to us.
Okay. Yeah.
So I already said to her like prior, let's get your nails done. Like,
Mhm.
let's find a date. And it just so happened that date would work.
Mhm.
Took her to get her nails done. I took her for brunch. Then I said to her, let's go take some pictures for Instagram. So I said, okay, let's take some pictures here. Snapping. Went to the location, snap. Oh, let's try up there. Tried up there now. And then
Yeah,
she now
yeah.
saw petals, but she didn't think anything
Wow.
of the petals.
Yeah.
Then she now saw her friends and the camera crew. Well, it was one camera guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She now clocked. Oh,
Yeah.
snap, this is what I go on. So
Yeah.
she did have like an idea, stuff it might happen.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah.
but so yeah, that
Yeah. They
happened.
always have kind of an inkling.
Yeah.
So you know when you went to ask for permission,
yeah.
obviously it was her
uncle.
Her
Yeah.
uncle. How like was you nervous before? Because obviously it's not her dad, right? But it's still
Yeah.
someone that's probably very important to her.
Yeah.
How did you go about doing that?
So I think I was pretty cool. I was actually excited. So I went with her sister
Mhm.
and her niece to visit because again, they don't really know me. So coming on my
Yeah, just
one.
by
Yeah,
yourself.
Yeah,
It's awkward,
so
bro.
I went with her
Yeah,
sister,
yeah.
Yeah.
which was pretty cool. And
Yeah.
they were just like, oh yeah. To be fair, like they didn't put me through any work
Mhm.
because realistically, my wife would marry me anyway, more or less, without their blessing.
Mhm.
But their blessing is like the cherry on top.
Yeah.
Not that she doesn't respect them, but it's like, I know this is a great guy kind of thing.
Yeah.
So any reason why you would object
There's
wouldn't
not really a reason.
yeah. So I just went there like on a cool tip, like, hey, this is who I am.
Mhm.
I love your niece. These are my intentions, X, Y, Z. And they were like, yeah, cool, straightforward.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, that's
Is she
it.
fully Congolese?
Yeah, fully Congolese.
What was that like in terms of culture?
Yeah. So wifey, although she's Congolese, she's not really traditionally Congolese. So
Mhm.
like we didn't have a traditional wedding
Okay.
either. We just had our white,
Yeah.
and then we had
Hey,
so we,
God,
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
wish.
Traditionalist.
I
Nah,
wish.
didn't have a traditional, but we might do one like for like a
Later.
5-year,
Yeah,
10-year
yeah.
kind of
Okay.
renewal thing. But we didn't have that. So, and again, I feel like with how diverse London is, I speak of London, like Nigerians got along with Ghanaians,
Yeah.
our cultures mix. Because of Afro beats now,
Mm.
you kind of understand a bit of like African Nigerian culture,
Mhm.
even some of our lingo, like Bawani or like Oyibo or whatever.
Yeah.
You kind of
Kinda
use
mix
these
it.
terms. So
Yeah.
we're kind of familiar. So I think people are more familiar with Nigerian and Ghanaian culture
Mhm.
than they would be maybe with like South African or Zim or
Mm.
Congolese culture.
Mhm.
So her looking in or looking out rather towards Nigerian culture was simple.
Yeah.
And in regards to me looking at hers, because she's not that traditional, I'm not really that exposed to it.
Okay.
But like my best friend is Congolese.
Okay.
And my other best friend is married to a Congolese.
Mhm.
So literally, Nigerian married to a Congolese. My boy is also Nigerian married to a Congolese. My other
Yeah.
boy is Congolese married to a Nigerian.
Yeah.
So we're just
Yeah.
doing the same mix.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So how do you but in terms of that culture fit, how
Yeah.
do you because obviously parents and in-laws and the whole mixing culture, because obviously we've had a couple episodes where we spoke about, so I'm half Igbo, half Rivers, and my wife's fully Yoruba. And then obviously Ken's
I'm Ibra and she's Edo.
so obviously
Okay.
mixing wise in terms of like things like naming ceremony, traditional, there's been a bit
been
of
a journey,
clashes
man.
sometimes here and there.
It's been a
It's a
journey.
journey, sir. But so how does it work for you when you're two different
Yeah.
countries?
I think I genuinely think it's been super smooth. It's been a blessing.
That's
I
nice.
think maybe because we didn't have a traditional wedding or
Mm.
anything that requires much tradition.
Yeah.
We haven't butted
had
heads.
that.
We haven't had
Yeah.
that kind of
Yeah.
thing. But I think I feel like we're great with conflict. So we're like,
Yeah.
what should we do? okay, why should we do it that way? Okay, why are you upset or why whatever? So we'd always ration it out, reason it out. Okay, why should we do this? Okay, but this is going to cost a lot of money or whatever. Is this worth doing? So I thought the key thing is having a conversation and being open to each other's culture. Because again, it's not just about us, it's about our parents, our relatives sometimes. Well, most times really, to be fair.
Yeah.
And I think we shouldn't be chained and shackled to culture.
Yeah.
You know, we should be flexible.
I agree, but you know, that's not how.
Yeah, the reality of it isn't always
crazy.
Okay. So for example, like, because I got married abroad, I gave Mumsy only like 10 invites.
Wow.
And she stuck to the 10.
She stuck
But
to
she
the
had
10.
to. She
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
had to.
And it's even COVID times as well.
Yeah. So what the compromise was what more or less was our Thanksgiving. She invited like all her friends to the Thanksgiving. We had at church.
Yeah.
We had like takeaway container food.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was more or less like the compromise, so to say. And we made like the Thanksgiving was like an event. Like we had like play games during it.
Yeah, nice.
We they played like a highlight of the wedding video during the Thanksgiving kind of thing. So she kind of got what she wanted. But Mumsy totally understands.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing. When Mumsy's already done 3 weddings by then. So it's not like it's her first. When it's your first wedding, you know, you want to kind of flex a little. You want to invite your friends, understandably.
So you've got.
I'm the baby of 5.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So even like with the wedding, in an ideal world, I would have paid for the whole wedding myself. But I lost a lot of money. First week of COVID, I lost like 25K. First week. My agent rang me, was like, bro.
My body just.
I was like, flip. Yeah. I lost like mad
25
bread. Yeah, first 2 weeks, I lost mad bread.
25 back.
Yeah.
What is that from cancellations and stuff?
Yeah. So I was meant to shoot a documentary for a primetime station. I can't say which one it was.
Yeah.
I was meant to fly to the States and do like the whole White House interviews.
Yeah.
It was around Donald Trump's election.
Yeah.
So I was meant to do all of that stuff in the States. So like 2 weeks, the bag was incredible for that.
Yeah.
And that fell through because when COVID spiked, they were like, you know what, we can't keep you safe. I got
Yeah.
the gig in COVID.
Yeah.
And I was, I'm like, but you hit me up in COVID.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'd already lost like my prior money, stuff I'd already had booked in.
Mhm.
Then money I'd been getting during, I lost that as well. So
Yeah.
it was like, money was, I've got like 6 income streams.
Yeah.
So fortunately, like with all of them fail, I've got my backup, which covers all my bills.
Yeah. Which is
So
nice.
that's how I kind of patterned up my finances so that if everything fails and I got my constant money that's not touched, that's not
I heard that. But fast forward to obviously you now being married,
Yeah.
and you said something interesting about being a baby of 5.
Yeah.
Has that had an effect on how you are in marriage? Because I'm a last born as well, and my wife's always like, "This is why you're the last born." Just little things I do. Innit? So since you've been married, have you noticed things about yourself in marriage? And you're like, "Oh, I didn't know I was like this."
Not really in marriage, because I feel like we've been married.
Okay.
But now we just live together and have sex. That's the
Yeah.
only difference.
That's-
Yeah. I kind of
Nah.
felt the same. With,
Do you know what I mean? I feel like
as
we've
well.
been married. But I think being the last born, it actually made me work harder. Because basically, my siblings, by God grace, all have money. So they just send me money.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like,
My brother's listening.
blah. I'd be like, I'm just doing my album. Oh, hey, cool. Like literally one day they just sent me like $2,000. Oh, hey, here's $2,000 kind of thing. My mum sent me $1,000. My sister sent me $1,000 in the same day. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Do you know what I mean? So like anything I need, my siblings give it to me.
Nah, that's good.
So
That's
for
great,
me, I don't want to ask them for anything, kind of thing, because I know they would get it. I can get it in a click of a finger. So it made me want to work harder, so I don't have to ask them for anything. And even now, my brother will just like will just give me like money just randomly, like, oh, here's your account number still the same. Like, yeah, just send your money like 2 weeks ago, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
I need to come to your house for Christmas, man.
so being the last born has only made me. So I'm not spoiled. I'm adequately catered for. Amen.
Someone said spoiled. But it could. The thing is as well with that kind of shows how much of a go-getter you are, right? Because some people would be happy just for their siblings to be sending money to them, and they'd be bums. But you saw that and you said, okay, let me work harder so I can even be on that level. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's a really good thing. But just fast forward a bit. Obviously now.
Yeah.
well, not even fast forward because it's always been you, right? So, Faith Child, where did the name
Let's
Faith?
get into the
let's
music.
get into the music.
Let's get into the music.
So this is a crazy story. So when my mom was pregnant with me, she had a coil in her. So it's a contraceptive.
Yeah.
And my dad used a condom.
Hey,
And I still came through.
Yeah.
So my mum went to abort me.
That's a shocker, though.
Yeah. So mum went to the hospital
because they've
to
already
abort
had
me.
their kids, basically.
So we're
Yeah,
four.
true.
We got four. We're calm, innit?
Yeah.
So then my mum and I went to have an abortion.
Mhm.
And when she was there, God spoke to her for the first time, was like, don't abort the baby. She's like, I'm a single mum, poverty, domestic violence, 4 kids, how can I cope? And God was like, believe, have faith in me, and I'll show myself to be God. So I was a faith child.
Yeah, okay.
And
Nice,
I'd already
nice.
chosen a name prior to even knowing my my birth story.
What was the name?
So my name was, so I started doing music like in I started doing music in like 2000.
2000, wow.
So I've been doing music for a minute.
Yeah.
So that was when you had like MC Luck, DJ Luck, MC Neat. So like So Solid Crew,
Yeah.
Heartless Crew. So I was
Yeah.
MC Faith then.
MC
And then when that kind of MC era, MC whatever, I then dropped it. I then thought Faith Kid. A kid is a goat. Faith goat. Maybe not. So then I then changed it Faith Child. So what it meant for me then was a Romans 10:17, faith comes by hearing the word of the Lord. And then you must be as a child to enter heaven. So that's how I just chose the name Faith Child and fuse it together. And then me being a pastor's kid, now, you often hear your life in a sermon.
Yeah,
so one
that's
day,
charming,
one day during Bible study, Mum said, yes, I was going to abort my last born. And I was like,
Wait, what last born?
I was like, which?
You know about
No, it can't be me. It can't be me.
I was like, wait, what? Is that me kind of thing? And I was like, oh, snap. And that's, so I literally learned that when I was like maybe like 12 or 13. And I've already chosen the name in a sermon.
Yeah.
And people often ask me like, oh, like, how did you feel? And I was like, I felt special that God will want to interrupt my mom's plan to keep me.
Yeah.
Kind of
I
thing.
know you must be looking at your mum sideways though.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really care, to be honest.
Okay.
I've been alive for 13
I'm
years.
hearing that,
13 years. I'm hearing it kind of thing. And one thing God said to her is that I'll show you mercy through your child and I'll make his labor easy. So I was born on the Mother's Day of that year and my labor was 1 hour. And if you know anything, your wives having children, the first child is usually like long. Like my elder sister was like 18 hours or something.
Yeah.
I slipped out in 1 hour.
Yeah.
So like God just kind of blessed Mumsy with my birth. So that's how my my birth story and how the true meaning, I guess.
Yeah.
And I use my story to inspire people. You might be a mistake like I was a mistake, but God never makes mistakes.
Yeah.
And has a plan for every single person. So
Yeah.
I love being asked about my name because it gives me opportunity to share faith and also hope for those who might have a similar circumstance or might not be confident about their purpose in life.
And being a pastor's child, it's an interesting life because I'm one as well.
Nice.
Have you always grown up creating gospel music or were you doing like grime at a time? Because obviously when you started music, it was like grime and stuff. Were you like into that era or were you just, okay, I'm always just going to do gospel?
So sonically, it was always, so basically I grew up on garage.
Okay.
So like it was garage, then it was grime, innit? So I grew up on garage and like that was like so the crew, Heartless Crew, then Wookie kind of came in. And then Daniel Bedingfield
Oh yeah.
and all them lot sonically around that time.
Yeah.
And I've always done, and I started doing music in the church. So our church has a youth focus. So music, poetry, drama, everything young people liked. So my siblings started their own music rap group. And then I was significantly younger, so I was too young to be in their group. So we started the youngest group. So when they toured, my group was support tour. So I did my first support tour at age 11.
Wow.
So I've been doing it for a minute kind of thing. So I've always done like Christian and faith-based music. And but I've often performed in non-Christian spaces.
Yeah.
And me
doing your Christian.
doing my Christian music.
Okay.
And the thing is, I write songs explicitly about the gospel, but then also about how your faith helps navigate your life experiences. So I got love songs. So I'd perform. I remember I opened up for Tiny Temper, one of his tour dates in 2010.
Wow.
And I was introduced as a gospel artist. And
do you like being called a gospel artist?
You know what? I think I do. because people like different.
Mm.
And I never believed or understood that until I performed at one of Sadiq Khan's events. He had a Christmas party in like 2017 or so, and they wanted a Christian/gospel artist because it was for Christmas.
Yeah.
If I was just like positive artist or inspirational artist, I wouldn't get that phone call.
There's so many.
Because there's so many. It's so ambiguous.
Yeah.
I could be a positive artist who could be a Muslim.
Yeah.
So I don't work for the Christmas party kind of thing. So being called a Christian gospel artist, I love it. And I think like there's nothing wrong in being part of a niche. I've seen a lot of gospel artists, not a lot, some gospel artists build a good fan base in Christian music and then try to go mainstream.
Yeah.
And it never works.
Yeah.
There's one that's even recent.
Yeah, it never works. There's only one guy that's successfully done it.
Yeah.
A rapper called NF.
NF.
Yeah. White guy in the States. He's the only one. And now that he's gone mainstream, it's not like his music was even like derogatory anyway. It was just like life music.
Yeah.
But his recent album is very like faith-centric kind of thing. Like no one has ever successfully done it. I could even talk about Marley Music. Marley Music was the man. Yeah. Then he performed on, I think, one of BT's events. Akon saw him, signed him as a gospel artist. And the album he released was like R&B, and it didn't work because your core fan base is gospel.
Yeah.
And when that kind of dynamic juxtaposition, whatever happened, not juxtaposition is another word for that. When all that stuff happened, that gave room for Travis Green to come in. There's always one at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about it. Marley Music and Travis actually kind of sound alike. They used to write together. This is just like, I'm just telling you, like back end panties and stuff. But yeah.
So with because you're known as a gospel artist, but I think as well, when people say gospel artist, they normally think of like worship Maverick music, City worship kind of music. Yeah. But you're kind of a different kind of gospel artist. So like when listening to your music, it's very like the bass, jumpy. You know what I mean? Right. So it can actually be like a thing where you're actually enjoying listening to the bass and actually taking in the music. So I think you kind of differ in that kind of way, but it makes sense.
I'm so serious about my art. Like for me, and again, because I perform in a lot of non-Christian spaces, my second biggest fan base is in Eastern Europe, so Czech Republic and Slovakia. A lot of my fans are not Christians.
Yeah.
They're not Christians. A lot of my fans are not Christians in those countries. And it's because I make my music to be so good, you can play it after or before a Central C or a Tiny Temple.
And it doesn't sound out of place.
So sonically, it's that. And people love other because I remember, again, like when I opened up for Tiny, they were like, oh, they said you were a gospel act. That wasn't gospel. I was like, yeah, it was. Because when they think of gospel, they think of Sister Act. Or like hymns or like Shine Jesus Shine that you sang in assembly. They don't understand the whole contemporary aspect of it. So, and again, like I love being a gospel artist because I often get invited to like these red carpet events. It might be like a movie premiere for like Netflix. I'm always at these Mobo events or Netflix events or Universal, whatever these production companies are. And I'm often the only vocal Christian. And I emphasize the word vocal Christian. Because there might be Christians in the room, but that isn't what they lead with or what they're known as. Bro, I'm at the bar and they're not all. There's like 5 men waiting to talk to me about, so can you pray for me, bro? Like I'm going through a dark time, or like, or like, what does the Bible say about this? Bro, this is facts. Like most of these guys that you would know, like the big names, I know a good number of them, and a lot of them were good mates, kind of thing. And I'm praying for these men on a regs, that kind of thing. So I love being able to be the Christian guy they can call whenever they're going through a dark moment. They still go back doing their madness, but at least they know that if I need to get close to God, I can call that man. And again, some Christians don't have the grace to be around non-Christians.
I think is that where the judgmental side comes in?
The only difference between me and a non-Christian is that I have accepted and admitted that I'm an imperfect person who requires a perfect person to save them. That's the only difference between me and I'm not better than anyone else. I'm not. That's not even biblical. I'm not. That's the only difference. So why am I better than the next man? If I believe we're saved by grace and I got saved by grace, something I didn't even deserve.
Mm.
Why am I better than another man for something I didn't even do the work for?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So I love being called a gospel artist. I love being in
there was-
spaces.
especially what you said. There was a little backlash with, I think it was Maverick City,
Yeah.
where they were performing with
Quavo at the
Quavo.
Grammys. Yeah.
People had mixed reviews, but I was like, why
Well, what
can't
song
they?
is that? I don't understand. What
Why
song is
can't
that?
they be there? That kind of thing.
My thing is always this. The song he was on, they were ever. It was a tribute song to Takeoff.
Yeah.
If they're saying like "F you," we got the gats in there, whatever,
Yeah.
that's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like for me, I think it's fine. And here's where the problem is.
Mhm.
If I act in a film with Migos, big up Fairchild, man. What
Yeah.
man's in a movie, yeah.
Yeah.
If I do a song with them, it's a problem. Why?
Yeah.
If we go to sit on a panel, United Nations, yo, let's climate change, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick man. He's rubbing shoulders with the big boys. If I do a song about the environment, let's be clean and healthy, is a problem.
Yeah.
Like, why is it because we've got a studio to record it, it's a problem? But if we're on a panel talking about it, it's not. So I just feel like we choose when we want to draw the line.
Mm.
And I'm not ignorant to how certain men are using certain powers. I get that. But it's like, if things are pure, also, again, you don't know the conversations they're having off stage.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of these guys, and again, that I would like to say, don't quote me on this stat, but the average American and the average person often, or maybe a good number, often has a Christian upbringing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Might be their grandmother
Yeah.
or their mom. So they have like a reverence and an understanding already. And when they find someone that reminds them of their grandma, or, you know, like, or pray for me, like, they'll win an award. The album's about killing people. You want to give glory to God. Give glory to God. You're thinking God ain't in the album.
Yeah,
But-
no.
Yeah, but they have like that kind of somewhat reverence.
Yeah.
And in America, they play Christianity. As in like, you do your madness, go Sunday, get your fix for 1 hour, give your offering, praise God, you're back out doing the madness, still on a Sunday, you know. So
Yeah.
and I guess it happens in many countries, but mainly in America, they play church. Like church is just what you go to.
Yeah.
It's like a social club just to get right with the Lord for a few hours. And you're back out doing your madness.
I wanted to ask you as well, similar to what you said about people changing their sound into like the worldly sound, so to
Yeah.
say. So you've been doing music for a long time.
Yeah.
Since we were young. Like, we've listened to you for a number of years. How did you stay true to making Christian music all those years when it wasn't quote unquote cool to make it back then 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
How did you stay true to yourself?
So I think one, keeping the main thing.
Yeah.
I never said I wanted to be a Christian or a rapper, really. It just fell on my lap. And I think this might be privilege talking, but I've had demand from early. So because I've had demand and made money from early, why am I gonna jump ship when my bills are being paid here?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It would make, and again, you always think it's greener, but like, if I leave being top 3 in my scene to go mainstream, I'm gonna be like, what, top 2016?
Yeah, that's true, though.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, I hear.
why would I want to do that? And again, even in the position I'm in, I'm already in these circles. I was part of a tour in, well, it was one date, really. It was called Exodus Tour. We went from city to city. It was like me, Governor B, Bashi, a guy called TZ, which back in the day, Wretch was there, he didn't perform. So I've been on these like non-Christian gigs with these men. So what am I missing out on, really?
Yeah.
When I'm doing my church gigs and doing the mainstream gigs, doing the clubs with these men. So I've got the best of both worlds, to be fair.
Yeah, technically.
And I'm not getting punched up because I said I'm the best, or because I said in a lyric, do you know what I mean? So I've got the best of both worlds, if I'm being honest. And I think just being true to myself and knowing that a lot of men aren't living the life they live. Like T.I.'s rapping about, well, I haven't heard his recent songs, but rapping about women and fast chicks. And this guy's
married,
happily,
kids,
happily married with wife and kids. And it's like, that isn't the reality. It might be the reality to some degree. I don't know if you're being faithful, but some of these men have to keep on making degrees in music. That's what pays their bills.
Yeah.
If you go from being a gunman to now being, hey man, let's put the guns down. Big man, you've made money off trauma from the streets.
Yeah.
Like, whenever like obviously there's been an unfortunate stabbing recently.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to tweet anything because one, I don't feel like you need to add your voice to every conversation.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? Because what has the last 700 people said that I'm not going to say? But I retweeted something that George the Poet shared today, and I was like, yeah, I like this. He said something along the lines of the tail end was about creatives and musicians, like be conscious of what you're promoting in your art. Because I don't want to see no man saying R.I.P. when all your music is about killing people.
Yeah.
Like, although your music might not be about killing girls,
yeah.
but whether it was a girl that died, which was a girl or a young boy that dies, it's still killing people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So don't now come on a high horse or that be righteous. Let's just, and again, that doesn't mean you can't change, but if everything you're still doing is still anti whatever, let's keep it $1.50.
What do you think about gospel drill though? What's your opinion?
I'm not against the Sonics because I'm for it, but don't be using terms that I won't even say synonymous because which literally means killing, like chinging, and
chinging the devil. Like what is that?
It's like, what we really, and it's funny because we had the same conversation with grime about 10 years ago. Like, okay, you can't do gospel grime, whatever, because grime was synonymous with like crime and violence. It's like, no, it's just the Sonics. And like, I'd said recently on an interview that a lot of people can't connect with worship music because sonically it's indie and folk music.
Yeah.
So if you don't like Adele and Kings of Leon and whoever else, just because Jesus is in it, why are you gonna like Hillsong and Bethel?
Yeah.
Because Hillsong and Bethel are Kings of Leon and
but
Adele.
You know what? Yeah. I don't listen to those kind of music, but I still like Hillsong. But maybe if I listen to them,
no, you can. But the thing is, like, but you might, well, we all like Vanessa Carlton, Making My Way. We do like it to a degree. But like, if you're a roadman that only listens to like maybe like drill or maybe like bashment or whatever, if you're in England and you're just hearing like indie music, like guitars, acoustic things, you're not gonna like that. Because if you go to Nigeria, we're doing African praise. Like our music is African. They would have an African version of 10,000 Reasons by Matt Redman. Go to Caribbean, you got a reggae waymaker by Sinach. So they've made the music applicable to their people. But in England, like our sound really of England is really like EDM, pop. That's really British sound. Sweet Caroline is really English music. Go to an African church, to add some spice to it. Do you know what I mean? But realistically, the popular music you'd hear in church is often played in the style of indie, folk, ballad, pop, which most guys can't relate. Not most guys, some people don't relate to. So if you connect to that, if you connect to church music, we shouldn't take that for granted. Because musically and sonically, we don't listen to that sonically on a standard day.
Because even with that, because I didn't, when we're talking about gospel drill and stuff like that, me, I don't mind drill because obviously, like, in terms of the beats and in terms of how it sounds, I don't mind that. Obviously, the words are the words, what they say in it. But, like, with stuff like that, I was like, what's wrong with gospel drill if you're promoting the gospel in a way that young people will actually enjoy listening to the song? Because it's even like, you know, Justin Bieber's tape, what tape was it?
The gospel one?
The gospel one.
It wasn't Journals. Is it called Journals?
No, I don't know what it's called.
I know what you're talking about.
But it's that where you go, I follow, and it had it had Maverick City on it. I think one of the guys from Maverick City.
Chandler's on it. Chandler and is it Beam? Chandler and Beam are on that song.
So even that album, like when I was proper like listening to gospel, like, I was like, bro, I still love them songs because it's like it relates to music that I listen to now, and it's still talking about Jesus, if you know what I mean, or just talk about God. So I have no issues with anyone doing it on a different genre or anything like that.
I hear that. I want to ask you though, what's your favorite song that you've ever created?
It actually changes.
Now, currently,
it might be Cardio.
That's a banger though.
Thank you. Yeah, it might be Cardio.
Yeah.
I'm working on another song now. So I'm trying to find a Justin Bieber. I'm working on a song now. We've got like live horns on it. And it's called Freedom.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's got live horns in it.
Mhm.
And I just got sent them. I'm like, yo, I've never had live horns,
Horns,
like
yeah.
MIDI programmed horns. I'm like, yo, this is really sick.
Mhm.
So we got live horns, live guitar, live bass. We're getting a choir in. And that might be, I'm trying to get Kurt Franklin on it. So I'm going to do it
What's
and
that
just
process?
email it. Basically,
Yeah.
I've got something on my album. I can't tell you.
Yeah.
I was
I'll
gonna
tell you
ask
off.
you,
I'll
yeah?
tell you off.
I was
air.
gonna, please.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
You haven't dropped an album in a while.
Yeah.
What, yeah. Why is that?
Because like I've been going through life, innit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, so like, I'm going through life. I lost a lot of money.
Mm.
And then it's like, do I spend like 30, 40 on a wedding
Yeah.
or spend it on an album that I might not recoup straight away?
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, let's put the money towards. So I've been doing like features and like singles here and there.
Yeah.
But
That's what I
now
noticed
like
as
I've got
well.
my own thing
Mhm.
more or less
Putting it
done.
out
More or less
there.
good to go.
Are you independent or are you signed?
Independent. I just came out, I was like in like a label, not war, but label kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've been going back for like me and my lawyer for like 8 months with a label
Oh,
trying to
what?
sign me.
Is it where people are in these kind of disputes and that? I see how
but
DiCaprio
yeah,
doing
here's it. My lawyer's legit. And my lawyer's like prime time as well.
Mhm.
So like he did like Universal on Island. So
Yeah.
he's like, bro, you're not signing that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we've been going back and forth for 8 months where he's like
Wow.
tweaking contracts. Then they send back their version. Their lawyer sends back their version.
Yeah.
My lawyer sends back.
Yeah.
Then I'm on a meeting with my lawyer. And then he's sending another invoice. And then we're now trying to figure out what I'll go on. So after 8 months, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to take it.
Yeah.
I wanted more money.
Mm.
And my lawyer said, you know what? I strongly advise you as your legal counsel not to take the deal, but let's hit up Musicians Union. They'll give you a lawyer for free for 1 hour. Let another lawyer look at the contract.
Mhm.
Let's see what they say. And then you'll see if I'm capping or not.
Mhm.
So the second lawyer came now, sent his
Said-
thing. Exactly the same things as my lawyer,
Yeah.
plus some change.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And I kind of,
Yeah.
I
So,
stopped the deal.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
as soon as I sent the email saying no, I made that money in 2 weeks.
Nah,
God just gave me
see
the
God,
money.
God.
See
The
God.
same money
God.
from that
See
deal,
God,
Yeah.
I made like same amount of money in 2
Wow.
weeks' time.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
oh, snap, okay, cool.
Yeah.
God's got me. Kind of
No,
thing.
honestly.
So, yeah.
With,
So,
with that cardio tune
Yeah.
and the videos, so it's black and white,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What, like, kind of explain why you chose
The
to go with a
concept,
black
Yeah.
and white
Yeah.
theme.
So it was actually the director's idea to go black and white. And I kind of liked it. So basically, he tried to do his Tarantino thing. So the red scenes is Tarantino red. So that's
Yeah.
kind of like a signature kind of thing that
Mhm.
Tarantino does. But he's like, I just want the kind of grittiness, but black and white kind of brings out the kind of, we'll kind of show the juxtaposition. Once you go to the red Tarantino red scenes, we'll kind of bring out the color and the beauty of it. And I was like, okay, fine. So yeah, and it's shot in 2 countries.
Oh, is it?
So all the group scenes are shot in London,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought so.
and the solo scenes are shot in Czech Republic. 'Cause I'm literally always there.
You
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
Czech
yeah,
Republic.
yeah. I'm literally there. I'm on tour there next week.
Yeah.
No, next month for a week.
Mhm.
Then I'm back on tour again in November for a week.
Yeah.
So basically, if you've seen the new Apple video they released last week, they filmed it in the same place where I filmed some of my solo shots. So the director said, "Do you recognize this?" I thought, "Oh snap, that's
Yeah.
literally where we filmed."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's in Prague. So
Yeah.
I feel like the sun out of black and white. I don't know what it is. Just looks so sick.
No,
Black
it
and white
does,
just
it
looks
does,
so good.
It does.
And also, that was the 3rd editor. I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Like if it's not good, it's not getting out.
Yeah.
Like no, it's not getting out.
So if you're in the studio and like you've made a song
Yeah.
and it's done, everything, and is there something that you'll be like, okay, I don't like this, we're not doing this, or would you like redo it?
I redo it.
Yeah.
I've gotten way better. Back in the day, yeah, I would record a full song,
Mm-hmm.
go home, listen to it, and go back and re-record it the following week. But now, I just get it perfect from the jump.
Yeah.
What's
That's
your
experience.
what's your creative process like?
Yeah.
So where do you draw your inspiration from in terms of writing?
I'm actually inspired by bad music.
Oh, interesting.
So basically, so funny actually.
Yeah.
Tinja Strider has a song called God Help Me,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically a gospel song,
Mm-hmm.
but he swears on the song. And I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
So I then wrote a verse. I then started writing a verse as a cover.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded so sick. I was like, forget it's been a cover, I'm making it original.
Yeah.
So his song is called God Help Me. Mine is called Over Me. Literally the same thing.
Yeah.
As in God Watch Over Me. So I'm inspired by bad music. I'm inspired by like people. I'm not saying Tinch is bad, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm
We know what you're
inspired
saying.
by people who make bad creative decisions. So basically, when someone rhymes, I'm like, why would you rhyme that with that? Then I rewrite it. And now I've written that song because someone has rewritten that. And then like, I guess that reading the Bible, like I'm big on punchlines, innit? And like, I got so many songs with punchlines that people will never get. Like even my guitar would text me 5 years later, bro, I just clocked that punch. I'm like, bro, you've been playing this song for 5 years. You're just clocking it now, kind of thing.
I like that though, when you listen to something over and over again, but then you clock something new and you're just like, wait, I didn't even know, you know what I mean? So
I love doing that.
So how do you find it, like the whole going on tour and things like so being in Czech Republic, like is that not like just different?
You know what? It is different, but I feel like a lot of like Eastern / Central European countries are quite similar.
Yeah.
So Czech Republic is next door to Slovakia. Well, Czechoslovakia was one country and they split.
Yeah.
Then Poland, then Ukraine. So I'm often in Slovakia, Slovenia, Czech Republic, Romania, Estonia, Poland, and then Ukraine prior to the war.
Yeah.
The situation going on. And they're all like very similar. I speak like very little, enough Slovak. I sing Slovak songs in my sets as well, kind of thing. So like I'm immersed in the culture.
Yeah.
I eat the food. So I'm basically like one of them kind of thing. So and I love it. I feel like I appreciated London more when I traveled out of England. Because I'll come back and I see the architecture, like the architecture in Bank is beautiful.
Yeah.
But you don't really appreciate it. You don't really like know what you have.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, you know what? It's actually kind of nice here.
Yeah.
Even like when you go to like Bath or like Stonehenge and you're like, hold on, this is like really beautiful. So traveling has been great for me. But like, I've got beef with British Airways because like,
I think Terry does.
like we like, so basically I was hosting an event and again, like income streams, like I do so many things.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant. I love having like diversity and variety in my week.
Yeah.
I was hosting an event, a 50th birthday party, a private event in Wales. Not Wales. It's not Cardiff. Scotland.
Yeah.
In what airport did I fly into? In Scotland. And they were like, oh, what airline? I was like, oh, BA in it.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, BA. The flight got cancelled, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, but Ryanair and EasyJet,
They're
what?
good.
I was like, we paid extra so that we will be calm.
Yeah.
And you're cancelling. And they're like, yo, Ryan BA have been cancelling a lot. I'm like, flip.
Wow.
So that's the only thing I don't like about going to other countries. It's just like the kind of PTSD of like, am I gonna get there on time?
Yeah.
And because like I run a really tight ship,
Yeah.
like sometimes like I've been in a country just like 8 hours, come in and out. Like I did a festival in Slovakia. I flew into Poland. I got to the festival, landed on site at 9 p.m, on stage by 11, off stage by 12, straight back to the airport. And like my band flew in before me. I flew in after them and left before them.
Yeah.
So I was back in England by 6 a.m. because I was filming by 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So like it was a very tight. So sometimes my band are in countries and I've left. And they're just chilling, exploring. But I just got to go in and out.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I don't like about flying sometimes. Where it's like, flip, am I gonna actually make it to where I'm getting? So if we can, I'm trying to fly private.
Yeah.
But obviously not every time.
Yeah.
But I want to fly private at least once with wifey.
Yeah.
Just so I've done that once.
Yeah.
So how do you find? So obviously because you're doing tours and you're doing all these stuff.
Yeah.
How is it being in the industry and being married? Like how is it to navigate?
She must be very understanding.
Yeah. It's like the joy is that wifey met me as a touring musician.
Okay.
So if she had met me as like a standard 9-to-5er or regular 9-to-5er, then now that my schedule's all up in the air, that stability is like, right, but I didn't meet you like this, but because she did. But being married, being a married man in the industry is kind of cool. Like most women love. It's like, my God, like I love his wife. I love them. They're so sweet. But then some women, like they love your commitment to your wife. So they now want the commitment you have with your wife for them.
Yeah.
So they want to break up the commitment for themselves. But that goes against what they're trying to achieve kind of thing.
And women like that are scary, man.
Yeah. So I remember like, this is like years ago, like long time ago when I was even single. Was I single? I can't remember. I remember like, I was in my dressing room and one girl like came in like lip gloss popping, everything.
Mm-mm.
I text my boy saying, bro, there's a girl in my room. Can you come?
Yeah.
And he burst into my room. I was like, bare panting, like
Yeah.
kind of thing, and just chilled there for me. Just chilled with us,
Yeah.
kind of thing, to make sure nothing was kind of going on, kind of thing. But I feel like you can kind of somewhat tell when a woman likes you. But I just feel like they haven't tried to make advances. 'Cause I've been quite public with my girl for a while now, so they don't really. Doesn't mean they're not thinking about it.
Yeah.
But they're not making any advances or anything that I'm like, what's going on here? Kind of thing.
And you mentioned hosting. So when did you decide to like get into that space? The hosting and presenting space.
So my mum used to have a pupil referral unit approved for excluded kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's either kids who are about to be excluded or have been excluded. And it's funny because like when like rappers from Croydon talk about being bad boys, I'm like, I know who is bad and who kind of wasn't. Like, you know, Bouncer
Yeah.
that used to manage.
managers.
Bro, let me tell you, yeah, Bouncer, everything he says, believe him.
Oh, okay, so
Everything, bro, Bouncer had West Croydon bus station on. If you saw a Bouncer, he used to be called Bowser back then.
Oh, but
Bowser. As in like Mario. Mario Kart.
Yeah.
He then recently became Bouncer thereafter. If you saw him, it was a long day.
Yeah.
You did not want to see him.
Yeah.
So when I see him now, I'm like, yeah, I respect him because he was on smoke.
Yeah.
I'm Captain Konak, they were on smoke. Stormzy's sister, Rachel Anson, used to be on smoke. Yeah, she's been on smoke. And like, she got baby Christian, like she's kind of cool now. She's been on smoke. So like, when people from Croydon, I know who was on smoke during my time and who weren't really on smoke. Like, so I kind of know, well, go on. How did we get here now? Presenting, yes. So my mum had it proved. And then when Credit Crunch now came in 2013, we stopped getting funding from the government. So, and then text my brethren saying, bro, like, he had a TV station. I was like, bro, like, do you have any shows I can host? Like, I'll come see me tomorrow. Saw him the following day. He's like, yeah, I got a show you can host. And it was like Europe's biggest like urban Christian gospel show. So I hosted that from 2013 to about 2016 when this TV and I came off air and became digital. And through that, I just started presenting on television. And the thing is, I don't even know why I even did that. Now, I started performing arts at university. So I'd already done like radio training. Well, I won't say it was serious radio training, but I've already done radio training through uni. And maybe I'd hosted something at church, but like I wasn't really hosting. So, but I knew that I had the platform.
Yeah.
To be able to walk into any Christian platform station and be like, yo, I want to do something, and I would get the green light. So yeah, that's how I got into hosting. We had a reality TV show in Las Vegas that we filmed that was so sick. We filmed it like around like an award show. So like we had like Kurt Franklin in it, the Wars Group, Mary, all the big names are like part. They're all part of like the reality TV show. And then whenever they would come to the UK, they would have to pass through my TV station and TV show as part of promo. So that's kind of how I built relationships with a lot of them as well. And we all kept in contact. So that's how I got into presenting. And then now I do like documentaries. I've only done like 3 weddings. I don't like doing weddings. I'm only doing 1 wedding next year. That's only because that's like my close G kind of thing. I don't like weddings are headaches. Because too many things can go wrong. No one listens during the speeches.
I hate that so much.
Do you know what I mean? It's hard to control. So like not the rule, but for me to host your wedding, it has to be 150 guests max. And even that is a bit of a push sometimes, but 150 max for me to do a wedding. I don't mind doing anything else, but like if it's a wedding, nah. And too many things can go wrong. If the church ceremony overruns, then the reception overruns. You got to cut things out, and then maybe like the bride's family dance longer than the groom's family. So now maybe the parent is pissed off with the other because they're dancing longer. It's like now you're in the middle.
Politics, man.
So I'm not into that kind of
I hear
stuff.
that. Because of time.
Wait, I've got a quick question.
Yeah,
So because of time, obviously, we normally do quick fire questions. So we'll do that. But just before that, because you do so much things, like it probably might be one of the questions, but so just in case we don't cover it. What is like probably like some of the most proudest things that you've actually done in your space, like either hosting, music-wise?
That's a good question. Music-wise, I guess winning a MOBA was great. I definitely want more on the shelf. So hopefully next 2 years, 3 years, I can win a couple more. I think allowing. I remember I went to like it's the House of Commons or Parliament.
Yeah.
I took my mum with me, but that's kind of cool to take her with me
That's actually
to
cool.
there, like to there, take her there with me. And I feel like greatest achievement is literally like living off music money.
Yeah.
Like that is brilliant. I make all my income streams. Like music brings in the most, and I love that I can actually quit everything I'm doing and just live off music money.
Yeah.
And I love that. Do you know what I mean? I guess having my songs synced here and there is pretty cool. But yeah, I feel like that's what I love. And I think again, I'll keep it brief. Hosting is like when whoever booked me is like, bro, you smashed it. Like having a happy client, nothing better than that.
Yeah.
Than having a happy client. Like now I've become like the go-to guy to host like a lot of like the major gospel events.
Yeah.
They call me to host it now.
No, that's good.
And I love the fact that as a brand, I'm visible. So if you're not seeing me on stage as a performer, I'm there hosting.
Yeah.
So like you're seeing me.
Yeah.
And it's funny because some people will meet me for the first time hosting an event and not even know who I am.
That you're a
So
musician.
now just know me as a host.
Yeah.
They follow me. Oh, so he makes music. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm building myself as a brand,
Yeah.
I love that. So you're seeing me. You can't not
miss
see me.
it. Yeah,
You're seeing me.
No,
So I love that.
That's great still. Okay,
That's
cool.
amazing, man.
So we'll start off with the quick fire questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pick a number between 1 and 41.
7.
7. Okay, I like that one. What's your favorite memory of your partner?
Nice. Remember, I think it might just be us traveling together. So us being able to travel together. But I feel like one of my greatest memories might be maybe just us sitting on a sofa, just eating popcorn. Meaning like we're having a sick time, but it costs nothing.
Yeah.
That was one of the best moments.
Yeah. So I think like that might be one of my great. We got many. I just love the fact that it doesn't cost any money. We just in the house, Netflix on, £1.09, sweet and salt popcorn.
Yeah.
We're having a good time.
Yeah.
No cap, man.
Yeah.
Pick another number between 1 to 41.
36.
36. Ooh. What trait about the opposite sex do you dislike the most?
By the opposite sex.
No,
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah?
The opposite sex, yeah.
I think like sometimes when they try to like not fake cry, they try to like kind of like use their baby voice to kind of like maybe swear. I don't say manipulate, to sway your opinion.
Yeah.
I was gonna say manipulate.
Yeah. Let me be gentle.
Yeah.
Like, no more.
Yeah.
No, but really I want it.
Yeah. Hey, my wife is up for what at that?
Yeah.
Nah, I heard that. What about your wife?
Yeah.
What's a trait that she does? You're like, oh, babe, man.
I'm struggling to think right now.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, I'm trying to think right now. Oh, okay. If we have a disagreement, it might take a little longer for her to get over it.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a woman's
the
thing, you know?
linger of the dispute.
Yeah.
But she's gotten way better at it.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that she's worked on and she's doing brilliant. But that's
What
been
is
like
it
a
about
thing.
women that do that?
They love
Because
to
my
hold
wife,
on
I'm
to
like,
say-
it's finished.
Because you know with us, with guys, once you say sorry, it's just back to normal.
Yeah, man.
I mean, but women, they're like, oh no, I need some more time to go over it.
Space.
I'm saying, so
Yeah.
you need time during the argument. You need time after
Well,
the argument.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Another number? If you don't
27.
mind. 27. A night out or a night in with your wife?
So we're mainly in,
Mhm.
but I love like being able to like spend money on her. Like let's
Yeah.
go out and spend money. Let's do something.
Mm.
So I love the opportunity to go out.
What's been one of your most favorite dates?
So you know what? I think it might have been like her birthday. So her birthday last year,
Mm.
I took her to the Ritz for breakfast.
Mm.
And then I drove her to Oxford and we did like, I think they call it punting or bunting. They call it bunting. Where you're basically like you're on like, is it a canal?
Yeah.
And you're like pedaling like a boat
Okay.
kind of thing.
Mhm.
So I did that for her birthday last year. We went for like dinner in Oxford afterwards.
Mm.
I just loved that. I love
Yeah.
traveling with her. I think
Mhm.
that was like one of the best dates
Yeah.
or day outs that
Yeah.
we've had that I really enjoyed.
Did you go home the same day or did you stay in Oxford?
Came out the same day. Oh, also quick one.
Mm.
Before we got married, we did day trips. So we did a day trip to Paris.
Okay.
We did a day trip to Norway. Went skiing.
Oh, nice.
For a day trip
A
to
day-
Norway?
Yeah, bro. We were
skiing on a
bro,
day trip?
Yeah,
Damn.
bro. We landed at like 6 a.m.
Uh-huh.
Got breakfast. Went to the ski resort at 12 p.m.
Mhm.
At 4 p.m. we left. Got dinner. And caught like a 9 p.m. flight.
That's
wow.
me.
Yeah,
Well, you know
yeah,
me.
yeah.
I like to just
Yeah.
have smacks or at least amount of time one night because that's a lot of
But
traveling.
then also like we weren't married then, innit? So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
let's not trying to like. Thing is, I don't mind sleeping in a hotel. Like
Yeah.
I'm coming in, but I don't want to give room for imagination in it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. You know what?
Hey,
And
man.
you know what? In and out kind of thing. And again, like because of my schedule as well,
Yeah.
I often can't. So basically, what I would do is, I remember I'd fly back from tour, land in Stansted, go to wife's house, pick her up, then go to Luton Airport and fly.
Yeah.
So I'm literally going from airport to airport
Wow.
just to do that and to come back same
Yeah.
day. Like I was
Hey,
in
man,
mad.
not gonna lie.
mileage.
You're better man than me,
You
man.
remember? I'll be in the hotel. I'll be doing
Hey,
something.
don't kill me. Hey, don't kill me. Yeah, pick another number.
One more.
Great shout.
Yeah, one more.
What's the last number? 40 what?
41.
41.
Let's do 41 itself.
What's your 5 most favorite items? Personal
5.
items.
Now it'll be like my I bought a new pair of sunglasses,
Mhm.
so I like them. One, my wedding ring. I like my wedding ring. I have to say my laptop, I guess.
Yeah, 'cause, yeah.
My laptop for sure. Two more other items that I really like and enjoy. A new pair of trainers that wifey got me the other day.
Mhm.
And then the 5th one that I really like, an item of mine. I'm struggling on that one. You know what? I might say like, I got like an Adidas bucket hat,
Mhm.
but like I look so cool when I wear it. So
Fairs.
I'll
Yeah.
probably say the
Yeah.
bucket
Yeah.
hat. Yeah,
No, that's cool. No, that's great, man. No, thank you very much, bro.
Thank you
Honestly,
so much.
thank
I
you for coming
appreciate
on.
it, man.
absolute
Yeah,
pleasure,
really
and I'll be more than
appreciate
happy to come back another time to
Ah,
do a
yeah,
follow-up
God bless you,
conversation,
God
man.
bless you, Sha.
We'll shout you. We'll shout
Honestly,
you.
Yeah.
bro, thank you very,
I
very much,
appreciate it,
man. So obviously, another episode. Don't
Come
tell
on,
my
man.
wife. Like, share, comment, subscribe.
All of that.
All of those things. Get
All of
us to decent numbers on
Come on,
TikTok, Insta, and all of
Come
that
on,
stuff.
man.
But yeah, don't worry. We'll see you again next week for
Come
another
on, man.
episode.
Another episode. Thank you so much for coming, bro.
Absolute pleasure,
Wait,
man.
plug yourself now. So,
So-
anyone that wants to.
So the best way to find me is to first follow the mandem, follow the pod first.
Come on, man.
Then after you follow them, you can at me on the gram at Faithchild. Twitter is Faithchild Music. If you use Facebook, I'm on there as Faithchild. And TikTok is Faithchild_.
Okay,
But
cool.
yeah,
Do you
Faithchild on
run-
most
do
platforms.
you run your own socials or do you have?
Yeah, I
particular-
do. I used to have a social media manager in 2016 doing a campaign for me, but I do all my things.
Okay, cool.
And I air some DMs as well, man.
I heard that,
When
man.
girls try to get in there.
I heard that, man.
Girls try to get in there, man. I just got to leave them in the request.
That's good. The life
Thank you
of
so
the life
much,
of a. Wait, so quick one. What would you call yourself then? Personality or creative?
Public figure.
Public figure. That's
Yeah, can I wear many hats in it? But
Yeah.
I would like to. I'm in a season now because the album's coming. I want to lead now as a musician,
Yeah.
so I'll do less hosting and more performances.
Yeah.
But I'm an all-round creative. I'm a public figure, really,
Yeah.
and that you can have many subgenres underneath that.
And just a quick question.
Yeah.
When could people be expecting that
A
album?
little exclusive.
So it's gonna have to be first half of next year.
First half of
That's soon.
Yeah,
still.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
soon.
yeah.
That's very
We're gonna
soon.
drop. We're gonna drop in November. My distributor was like, if we don't drop by second week, forget it, because Christmas is
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna, it's gonna, yeah. So first half of the year.
That's soon. That's
Okay.
soon.
Yeah, man.
No, that's great, man.
That's it.
So yeah, as I said
Excited.
before, like,
Look out
share,
for
comment,
that, man.
subscribe,
Come on,
all
all of
those
that.
things. Appreciate our brother Faith Child for coming
Come
on.
man.
Come on, man.
Thank you very much, bro. All the accolades. And we'll
Absolute
see you
pleasure.
again next
We
week.
out. We out.
Peace
Sure.
out.